Welcome back to another episode of the Cat's Corner. I'm Casey Campbell, and with me, as always, Novi hockey head coach Dane Baruzini. Hello, Dane.
Hey, how are you doing, Casey?
Doing good. Before we get to last night, let's you had the back to back with Cap City, two tough losses there. Just kind of talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we also had Salem last week. We had 3 games in a 5-day stretch. I had to travel to Salem, played a red hot Salem team. That was coming off a tie against Brighton. Um, Competed hard. Wheels kind of came off in the third. Down 5-2, gave up an empty netter, make it 6-2. Went into Friday night. Kept it close against Cap City after the first and second. Same thing. I mean, just couldn't capitalize. Special teams wasn't special as normal, and lost a 5-1 game there when we just weren't fully ready to play. Sunday's the one that really stung. I mean, that was a game that we felt like we outplayed them. Killed multiple five-minute majors, had great special teams, all power play and penalty kill, and take a penalty after scoring a goal. They scored to tie it. We go to overtime, and they score after great pressure from us. So that was a tough one against a well-coached Capital City team. Coach Ford did a great job over there. But we got better from that week. It's more adversity, more buying into just doing all the little things right. We talk about respecting the process, respecting the little things. Your shot blocks, your back checks, your forward checks, controlling your controllables. Not taking penalties after scoring a goal. For just letting the emotions get to you. And we were able to have a kind of somber bus ride home from East Lansing. Take that in, kind of recuperate, come back yesterday, and just let into our Walled Lake United game yesterday.
Yeah. All right. Before we get to that game, we got to thank today's sponsor, Engrave It All USA. Don't forget, Michelle and her team can engrave just about anything for you. You could bring your items in, or they can make something completely from scratch. Remember, if you can dream it, they can laze it. From tumblers to hats, T-shirts and hoodies, and beanies to everything else in between. So most orders complete in just 3 days. Log on to engraveitalusa.com, and thank you to Engrave It All USA for sponsoring today's episode of the Cat's Corner. The link is below in the description. Okay, so you did mention it. The against Walled Lake United. How's that going? Coming out with a 5-2 win, and I see the Oakland Press was out there.
Yeah, it was always nice to have open press out there. Got to talk to Mike and Tim. Just always like having them out there. Tim would tell you he took some adequate photos. I would say they were above adequate. And just the guys enjoy that. Having them out there, having the interviews, having the pictures. I mean, that was awesome. And we got to play against a hard-working Walled Lake United team. I mean, the film shows it. We saw it firsthand against them. I mean, they just constantly attack. They pressure. I mean, there's sequences where they're blocking 5 or 6 shots in a row. There was no quitting that team, which is an opponent you want to play. As you prepare for regionals. Game went in our favor. We got a goal. Lucas Holman scored his first goal with about 25 seconds left in the first. Gave us momentum going into the second. We got up 3-1. They closed it to 3. We got 3-0, then closed with 3-1 at the end of the second. We scored right off the first face-off. In the third to make it 4-1. And at 5-2. Our top line guys were top line guys. Gabe Armstrong had a hat trick. Teddy Donahue had a goal and 3 assists. Trevor Reed had 3 assists. They really steered the boat for us. The rest of the guys, we were able to get minutes to everybody. Everybody got out there, competed, and just continued to grind away. I mean, we went 5 for 5 shorthanded, which was huge. Luke Go, Braylon Juzak, guys, getting out there just doing a great job on the kill for us. Huddy Zhao, Micah Schmolitz. So it was a great team effort, top to bottom. Henry stopped the pucks. We needed him stopping net, giving up, 2 out of the 20 he faced, and, gave us some good momentum going into a good week of practice as we get ready for Canton.
Yeah. Okay. So as we met, well, actually, let's talk about your 3 stars of the week. So past week, and might as well do it this week too.
Yeah. We'll just say, kind of for that whole thing. I mean, our number 1 star since the year has been Luke Londo. I got to give it to the kid. A junior defenseman, one of our alternate captains. He's got 18 points in 10 games. I mean, since the new year, he has been red hot. 7 goals, 11 assists. Really just generating from us in all 3 zones. I mean, it's just great leader, in the locker room, just performance wise, it's just been off the charts. You know, give shout outs to Gabe Armstrong, Trevor Reed as well. Trevor's got 3 goals, 12 assists for 15 points in that 10-game span. Gabe's put up, 8 goals, 4 assists in that same span, for 12 points. I mean, they've been major catalysts for us. I mean, their leadership's really helped us. They're all, captains on our team, but they are really driving this team, raising their compete game in and game out, practice in, practice out, holding them accountable. And it's showing, it's our compete's gotten better. Also giving it out there, I would say, getting the open press out there. It was awesome. Having Tim and Mike out there, we appreciate their time. We know they're stretched thin with all the sports out there. So just getting them out there to, showcase Novi hockey is always huge. And I'd say Coach Ford in Capital City. I mean, have a home and home with them. The hospitality they showed us at Munn, getting to play at Munn. I mean, that was our second, college barn, that we got to play in this year. I mean, it was outstanding. Playing a team from the Lansing area, they're competing hard. They made us better as well. So, getting to go that college or junior field was awesome. Doing it with a Capital City group that's high respect, high compete, just made me even better.
Yeah. Okay. Of course, as you mentioned, you're going to play Canton again on Saturday. That's, I believe that is, I think that's the only, let me take a look. Is that the only game you have this coming? Yeah, it is.
So we had yesterday, and then we have Saturday. So we have 2, but one's coming after the show. So we only have 1 left until our next show.
Yeah. So well, of course, you got Canton, and of course next week. Actually, the rest of of course, you're traveling to Canton, and then the next 2 games against Walled Lake Western and South Lyon to finish out the season. So finish out the regular season, I should say, before pairings. Because by the way, next show we're gonna have something more to talk about. All the pairings will be announced on Sunday. So that will be something to talk about there. So okay, so of course this week the KLA crossover matchups have been announced. Of course, Novi is playing Canton. The other matchups, Brighton and Salem will be going for the championship. Heartland and Livonia Stevenson, Howell and the Livonia Red Stallions, and then Northville and Plymouth. So going up against Canton again. What's that going to be like for these guys?
It's always a challenge. Coach Medell does a really good job getting the best out of his team. They've competed hard all year. They beat a really good Salem team. They've competed hard against every KLA team they played. I mean, they made we beat them 5-1, but they made it difficult on us all game long. So it's going to be tough. It's hard to beat a team twice. It's harder to beat them twice in their arena. So we know we're in for a good battle. I think Medell and those guys are playing good hockey. They'll have them playoff ready. So it's not going to be easy. We're hoping to get just a great 51-minute effort out of the guys. Really need to have good practices today through Friday. Just get us on a little bit of a winning streak, get us ready for the final, pushing regular season, and hopefully help our NPR ranking status to get us where we want in that regional alignment.
All right, Dane. Thank you so much for the time as always. That's going to do it for this week's edition of the Cats Corner. Tune in next week where we'll find out how the Wildcats did against Canton. And then, of course, we will also talk about preview the last 2 matchups of the regular season with Walled Lake Western and South Lyon Unified. Plus, we'll also talk about where Novi will be ending up and who they're going to be playing once the state tournament starts. Of course, Novi will be at the Kensington Valley Ice House. Also, one note on that: if you missed it last night, the Kensington Valley is now a part of the Black Bear Sports Group. They have now acquired, and now they will own and operate their 4th rink in the state of Michigan. So there are more on that later. All right, Dane, thanks so much for the time. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Casey.